The surface of the ocean looks like nothing. Flat, open, endless. Just water catching light. You could stare at it for hours and see nothing unusual. Most people do, but there is something happening right at the water line. Something that has been happening for hundreds of millions of years. A ripple that moves against the current. A shadow that holds perfectly still. A shape at the surface that doesn't belong. And then another, and then another. Until you realize the thing you were calling empty was never empty. It was full. Full of animals that have spent millions of years learning how to make sure you never noticed them. They are hiding something, every single one of them. And the longer you look, the stranger it gets. Start right at the boundary. The exact line where water meets air, not below it, not above it, on it. This is one of the most violent places on the planet. Storms tear across it. Predators attack from both directions at once. The sun burns down from above while the cold dark waits below. There is no shelter here, no reef to hide in, no rock to retreat behind. And yet, something chose to live here. Many things did. The first ones you see are the flying fish. You almost always catch them by accident. A boat cutting through warm tropical water, and suddenly the surface explodes. Dozens of silver shapes launching into the air like they were fired upward from below. They spread their fins, and they fly. Not jump, fly. A fish, in the air, for the length of 4 football fields, hovering just above the waves, barely kissing the surface with the tips of their tails. That's not normal, and for a long time, no one really questioned it. Early aviators in the 1900s studied them when they were trying to figure out how a wing should work. The French military named one of their most feared anti-ship missiles after them, a weapon that launches from the water, skims the surface, and arrives from a direction no radar expects. A fish invented that strategy, long before any engineer did. They were not hiding that. They were hiding what makes it possible. Further out, where the blue deepens, you might see something that looks like a plastic bag drifting on the surface. Translucent, purple-blue, slow. Don't touch it. It is the Portuguese man-o-war. It is the Portuguese man-o-war, and it is not what most people think it is. It is not a jellyfish. It is not even a single animal. It is a colony. 4 different types of organisms fused together so completely that none of them can survive without the others. 4 organisms, 1 body. No brain between any of them. Beneath the surface, its tentacles hang down 30 meters. 30 meters. The height of a 10-story building, trailing silently below something the size of your hand. Those tentacles are not drifting. They are hunting. In complete silence, in complete stillness, waiting. And here is the part that doesn't fit. No brain, no eyes, no nervous system capable of making a decision. And yet, it navigates, every day, across open ocean, not randomly, purposefully. Something about this is wrong, or rather, something about this is hidden. The man-o-war is hiding something in its shape. It comes in 2 forms, identical in every way except one. Some sail to the left of the wind. Others sail to the right, born that way, fixed, unchangeable. And because of that single difference, built into the curve of its sail at birth, no single storm can ever beach the entire species. Half blows toward shore, the other half blows away. The species survives. Not because it thought of this, not because it made a choice, because the answer was already in its shape. It was hiding a survival strategy inside its own geometry, and nobody noticed for centuries. Now look smaller, much smaller. Drifting just beneath the man-o-war, hunting it actually, is something that should not exist at all. A sea slug 3 centimeters long. Electric blue on top, silver underneath, floating upside down. held to the surface by a single air bubble it swallowed and keeps inside its own stomach. This is the blue dragon, Glaucus atlanticus, and what it is hiding is something no one expected from an animal this size. It eats the man-o-war. It crawls along those 30-meter tentacles. It consumes the stinging cells. But it does not digest them. It keeps them, stores them, concentrates them, and uses them as its own weapons. A 3-centimeter animal carrying the venom of something 30 meters long, more potent than what it stole, stronger than its source. It turned its prey into its armor. But even that isn't what it's really hiding. Look at the color. The blue on top blends with the ocean when a bird looks down. The silver underneath blends with the sky-lit surface when a fish looks up. It is perfectly invisible in both directions, simultaneously. It built camouflage for 2 completely different sets of eyes, looking from 2 completely different worlds at the exact same time. A 3-centimeter animal hiding from the entire ocean at once. Hiding something. Always hiding something. Go further out, past the shipping lanes, into open ocean, 1,000 miles from any shore. The surface here seems truly empty. It is not. There, moving across it, something that looks like a water strider from a freshwater pond. But this is the open Pacific. Halobates, the ocean sea skater, the only insect that lives permanently on the open ocean, 4 millimeters long, the size of a peppercorn. It has never touched land, born here, lives here, dies here. Its legs rest on microscopic hairs coated in wax so fine that water cannot touch the actual surface of the leg. It is not walking on water, it is walking on air. A trapped layer of air between leg and ocean so thin it is invisible. It crosses the largest ocean on the planet on a cushion it carries with it. And here is what it is hiding. Scientists have tried, repeatedly, to keep one alive in a laboratory. They cannot. Every attempt has failed. Something it does, something it needs, something about what it is, cannot be reproduced anywhere other than where it already is. The simplest looking creature in this entire ocean refuses to be understood, and no one questioned that either. Look at what we have found so far. A fish that flies using the surface of the ocean as a launch pad. A colony with no brain that sails itself in 2 opposite directions at once to guarantee its own survival. A 3-centimeter slug hiding weapons stolen from something 300 times its size. An insect living permanently on open ocean that cannot survive anywhere else and will not tell us why. They are all hiding something. But it is not random. Look closer. Every single one of them lives at the exact same place. The line between water and air. Not in the water, not in the sky. On the line itself. And every single one of them turned that line into something different. The flying fish turned it into a runway. The man-o-war turned it into a sail. The blue dragon turned it into a mirror. Halobates turned it into a floor. They are not hiding from the boundary. They are hiding inside it. It's not random. It never was. Now there is one more animal. And this one changes everything that came before it. Out in open water, sometimes something large appears at the surface. Gray-brown, motionless. It looks like a piece of wreckage, a plank from a sunken ship. Something dead. It is 4 meters wide, 2,000 kilograms. It is the ocean sunfish, mola mola. The heaviest bony fish on Earth. It lies there for hours, on its side, like it is dead. For years, people thought it was just basking, warming up after deep dives. That part is true. But stay long enough and you see something else begin to happen. Small fish gather around it. Birds land on its skin. Wrasses move slowly across its surface. The sunfish lies perfectly still and lets them do their work. Then, without warning, all 2,000 kilograms of it launches out of the water, 10 feet into the air. crashing back down with a sound like a cannon, not escaping, cleaning. It carries over 50 species of parasites, and it has assembled a maintenance crew from every available source. In the open ocean, birds from above, fish from below, waves from the surface, to remove them. No arrangement, no communication, no system anyone organized, and yet it works. A 2,000 kilogram fish hiding in plain sight as something dead, running an operation the ocean provides without being asked. Something isn't adding up, or rather, it is all adding up to the same thing. And then there is Velella, the by-the-wind sailor. A flat blue disc, 7 centimeters. A transparent diagonal sail rising from its center. It moves in fleets of millions across the Pacific. Sometimes billions wash ashore at once. Entire beaches turned electric blue, and no one is sure where they came from or where they were going. Like the man-o-war, it comes in 2 sail orientations. Like the man-o-war, no single wind can beach them all. And like the man-o-war, it is not one creature. It is a city of organisms, some feeding, some reproducing, some defending, all moving together as if they were one. But here is what Velella is hiding that the others are not. Every one of them began its life at the bottom of the ocean. A larva ascending slowly from the deep, secreting a float, rising toward a surface it had never touched. To spend its entire adult life sailing on winds it cannot feel, toward destinations it cannot choose, across an ocean it will never fully cross. It starts in the dark, it ends on the surface, hiding in the one place no one thought to look for it. Somewhere in the open Pacific right now, all of this is happening at the same time. Flying fish are launching at 60 kilometers an hour, spreading their fins, gliding on air compressed between wing and wave. A man-o-war drifts in 2 directions at once, one half sailing toward shore, one half sailing away. A species splitting itself so no single storm can erase it. A blue dragon floats upside down, wearing stolen venom, invisible from above and invisible from below, hiding in the only direction left, straight ahead. Halibates moves across the surface on legs that never touch the water. 4 millimeters of insect covering ocean that covers half the earth, carrying something it will never show a laboratory. A mola lies motionless in the sun, gathering a cleaning crew from the open ocean, hiding 2,000 kilograms of strange life behind the appearance of wreckage. And Velella sails in its billions, rising from darkness, arriving at the surface, going wherever the wind decides, hiding the most improbable journey in the ocean behind the appearance of drifting plastic. They are all hiding something, but now you see what it actually is. It is not a secret, it is a strategy. Every one of these animals discovered the same truth. That took humans centuries to begin to understand. The most dangerous place to live is the most powerful place to live if you know how to use it. The boundary between worlds is not a weakness. It is the only place where 2 sets of rules apply at once. Where a fish can be a plane, where a slug can be a weapon, where a colony can be a sailor, where an insect can be permanent in the most impermanent place on Earth. They moved into the crack between worlds and they filled it completely. We still don't fully understand how they do it. Halibates refuses to show us. The man-o-war still hasn't told us what decides which direction a colony is born to sail. The mola has never let us witness its mating, its spawning, its first days. The ocean surface looks empty. It always has. It always has. But it was never empty. It was full of things that were hiding in the only place we never thought to look. Right in front of us. At the exact line between the world we live in and the world we don't. They were never invisible. We just didn't know how to look at a boundary and see a home. We saw the edge of the ocean, They saw the beginning of everything, and we've been calling this the surface.